And a pleasant good morning to you coming from Tony'sPicks.com, and welcome to Night Moves here for Sunday, February 1st. We're ready for Super Bowl month, Super Bowl week, if you will, here. Sunday, just 7 days away from the big game, and I can't wait. But we got great sports action until then with NBA, NHL, college basketball on Sunday, and well, also coming up here in just a short time, if you're joining me live here right now, we're gearing up for the Australian Open men's final, just 30 minutes away here. You guys got me. You guys got me going with Djokovic last time. Incredible performance, of course, against Sinner there. But man, if he wins this one, I'll be floored here. But hey, you know what? Djokovic has been there before. He's going for Australian Open victory number 11 in his career. Carlos Alcaraz got a way to go, even to get to Novak's 25 Grand Slam finals, and that one gets underway here shortly. Still a pretty big favorite tonight. Probably, even favored to go just 3 sets. But hey, it didn't stop Djokovic last time. Tennis action here at the bottom of the hour. Alcaraz about 280 here in the match against Djokovic from Melbourne here in just a short time. Also last night, also down under UFC 325, and we saw champ Alexander Volkanovski win it pretty easily over Diego Lopez in their rematch. Lopez looked like he felt a little bit stunned that he could only grab one round from each of 2 judges in what turned out to be a one-sided contest, although it did go the distance and wasn't a lot of damage done in the fight, just some hitting and some grappling a little bit there. But Volkanovski, the 2-time champ, defeats Lopez for the second time. So Diego Lopez is going to have to regroup again, figure out where he stands in the featherweight division there. UFC last night in Australia. I can only manage 1 win out of my 3 picks over at Tony's Picks. But hey, let's go over to Tony'sPicks.com and take a look at the premium picks over there while I'm on tilt a little bit with my picks in the fight. Man, let's head on over to Tony'sPicks.com and take a look at the handicapper leaderboard, see who did well here on Saturday with the action here. Let's go to it over at Tony'sPicks.com. There we go. And take a look at who led the handicapper leaderboards. Joey Tron, 5-0 day there for Mr. Tron. Bo Dunn, he's racking up the wins here once again, 3-0 on the day for Bo. What a splash he's been since he's come back to Tony's here. Jorge Gonzalez with 3 wins. My man here in Vegas with a perfect day. He did have a push in there, it looks like. The VIP account, 80% there yesterday. There's Stacks. Justin McKelvey, 2-0 yesterday. Chris Adkins, 3-1. Doubles went 2-1. Brian Bittler, 3-2. Solo had some wins in there as well last 7 days. It's doubles on top of the leaderboard there with nearly 9.5 units. And Joey Tron up there as well, 8.25 units. Bo Dunn, nearly 5 units. Nick Lagarettos up 4 units. Vegas Al, you saw him here on the channel. And he had right there, even I can figure that out, 60% over the last week as well. So check us out over at Tony'sPicks.com. Click on the All Cappers tab. That's how you'll find the handicapper profile pages. click on the handicapper of your choice, and that's how you get signed up. Get me over there as well. Uh, DeAndre, man, he picked us some winners last night. I'll cover some of the action from the NBA here last night and some college basketball as well. There's why not roll with me here this week? Grab a 3-day all sports pass with me. But oh man, I'm going to lament here a little bit of a loss there in the bout between Sebastian Saleh and Kachiro Nakamura. Man, Saleh was winning that bout there. Uh, 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 and got caught there in the second round, got knocked out. So I lost that one there. That was part of the road to the UFC. Should probably use a premium in those fights where they're fighting for a contract. But well, that's how it goes. Anyway, check me out there over at Tony'sPicks.com. I'm going to come with some college basketball for sure here on Sunday. Bring some winners home, and so will the rest of the team. Use promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 15% off those premium pick packages. Want to thank DeAndre for yesterday. Let me tell you about some of the winners he had here on the show with us yesterday, and me too, though, as well. I had some winners here on Night Moves last night with the Spurs and the Hornets game to go under. DeAndre gave us the winner there in that one. He also gave us the Pacers yesterday over the Hawks. He had a winner there in that one as well. He also I had the over with Pelicans and the 76ers for a winner there yesterday. Did clear that. Did end up Philadelphia did end up covering that game. Kind of a big move there late to the Pelicans. Also, winner here on Night Moves last night, as I had the under in the game between Dallas and Houston. DeAndre gave you Dallas there last night, and he also gave you the Chicago Bulls. They won it on the road against the Heat last night with that road win. There was one trade last night in the NBA involving DeAndre Hunter. I don't know if it was ended up being a three-way deal, and the Bulls were part of that deal. They ended up making a three-way trade with the Sacramento Kings. The Bulls and the Kings, they love to trade with each other, don't they? But also the Cavaliers were in that trade as reportedly the Cavaliers traded DeAndre Hunter to the Kings. Cleveland got Dennis Schroeder and Keon Ellis. The Bulls got Dario Saric and 2 second-round draft choices yesterday. The Bulls ended up releasing, what's his name? He had a good game. He had like 12 points in the game tonight. He ended up getting released. I'm trying to think of his name right now. But anyways, trade there on Saturday involving 3 teams there in the NBA. So a little bit of a few moves there with the action in the NBA. Okay. Also, NHL last night, I was able to bring home some winners there as well. A lot of winners actually here on Night Moves. We had the Kings there in their game against the Flyers. Kings won it 3-2. I had Colorado 5-0 shutout here. I got it on the road. Rangers and Penguins game over in a 6-5 game there yesterday. Winnipeg and the Panthers under there in a 2-1 win for the Jets. We started off the afternoon pretty hot here, actually. Also had some winners here on the show last night. Ottawa Senators over New Jersey in a 4-1 victory. Also brought home the Columbus Blue Jackets on the road, a 5-3 win there last night. Also had a winner, Dallas and Utah, West Coast action, and I had the under there in that one, a 3-2 Dallas victory. Also had the over with the Wild and the Oilers, and a 7-3 win for the Wild. Man, do they own the Oilers or what? Crazy that they've won, 15 out of the last 18 meetings in Edmonton? it's not like they've been totally, a better team, but they still keep winning. And we had Seattle last night on the puck line. They beat the Vegas Golden Knights there yesterday. But man, that was a lot of winning here. Hopefully, you're here for some winners with me on the show here tonight. It was also a great night of college basketball, or a great day on Saturday. Take a look at some of the big games real quick. Man, UCLA. They played well in that game against Indiana, certainly, but Indiana gets the win over UCLA,
Final.
98-97. The Hoosiers led by 10 with 2 minutes left. Here come the Bruins. They ended up forcing overtime there, but the Hoosiers pulled it off in the end, 98-97 in double overtime. Kansas over BYU, they rocked there yesterday, 90-82. Kentucky wins over Arkansas, 85-77 for their sixth win in 7 games for the Wildcats. Late night, Gonzaga just got done beating St. Mary's a short time ago, 73-68. Gonzaga's won 15 straight. Graham Ike played. He had 30 points. St. Mary's led at halftime in that game. Gonzaga didn't look that great. St. Mary's actually covered, but St. Mary's had won 25 in a row when leading at halftime. But you know what? In that conference, I guess that's expected. Louisville knocked off SMU 88-74, and there were some big upsets yesterday as well. Fordham, a double-digit underdog, beat GW. Cal, double-digit underdog, beat Miami. Central Michigan upset Bowling Green. Campbell upset William and Mary. Western Kentucky won as a 7.5-point dog. App State won as a 7.5-point dog. And Southern Utah won also as an underdog. Central Florida knocked off Texas Tech. Did you see the game there where they ran on the court and they had to clear them off the court after they bum rushed the court too soon there prematurely? A premature stormulation there, I think, in that one. Utah State over San Diego State yesterday. The Aztecs are 9-2. The Aggies are 9-2. Aztecs had that lead. They were without 2 starters in that game, so they were shorthanded, but Utah State got the win. Also, Xavier with the win over DePaul, 68-66 there yesterday. And Arizona improved to a school record, 22-0, with a win over Arizona State, 87-74. It was Mason over Bonaventure, 77-73. The Bonnies led by 14 with 9 minutes left, but Mason came back to win that one. And we had some winners here on Night Moves last night. Here with DeAndre, I had the under in that game between Greensboro and Citadel here last night. I also had the under in the game between Texas and Oklahoma. DeAndre gave you Texas there in that one. So exciting day yesterday, college basketball. We got a nice card today with some important games here for the action on Sunday, and we're going to get right to it. So thank you for joining me here on Night Moves. We get ready for a great sports betting day, mostly headed up by the NBA. 3 games on the ice as we get ready for the last week of action before we go to the Olympic break. And I've selected the 5 games I like best in college basketball. Let me know if you have a request on the card here for Saturday. Let me say hello to some friends in the chat here tonight. I want to say hello and welcome to Dustin, Fortnite and more. He says, what is your favorite bet today? Here, I'm going to give out hopefully a bunch of winners here in just a moment. Dustin, nice to have you there in the chat. Nexus is here today. Timichushu as well. Also, Mr. Wesker joining us in the chat. Andre says it's almost tennis time. Get your popcorn ready. But he does say Alcaraz 3-0, right? Yeah, you know what? I mean, I would think that, look, you guys got it right, man. What a performance in that last one there. In that last match. He really did a great job, no doubt about it. but in the end, here he's got another tough situation here right now, going up here against Alcaraz for certain. But should be some fun here tonight as we get ready here uh, for the action. All right, appreciate everyone joining me here tonight on Night Moves. We're going to get ready here in just a short moment and cover some of the action here um, on Night Moves. So, really appreciate it. Thank you for joining me here on the show. I think we got everybody in there. Let me see. Oh, I want to say hello to Joshua David Brown coming to us. What a night it's been so far down under. Yep, we're going to have a good one here. And also Hector Numba. He's there, had his second best day gambling, and he should have done better. Woo! What a day. What a day. Yeah, I had my ups and downs, that's for sure. And most of them came in the octagon. Okay, let's get to some of the action here. I want your picks and information for the chat. All right, here we go. Let's get to it here on Night Moves. Going to start it off and go to the NBA here for our card. And this one's at 3:40 Eastern, 12:40 Pacific time. It's going to be the Milwaukee Bucks on the road here, taking on the Boston Celtics. NBA action here for a Sunday. And you've got the Bucks riding a 4-game losing streak, and a lot of negativity, a lot of downer information coming out right now out of Milwaukee. We know that Giannis here is sidelined here at this point, and I don't know, is he going to get traded while he's injured? Is he going to get dealt? Will he be healthy before the trade deadline even comes here? Right now, what team could Giannis even go to here? It almost feels like no one has the ability to make this trade. I guess you could find some team maybe with a lot of money that could end up making the deal for Giannis. That's what it feels like it's going to take, really, to pry Giannis out of there. Look, it's just that the fact is Milwaukee's not going to be able to make the moves or make the right moves to support Antetokounmpo in Milwaukee. So he's just going to have to move on if he wants to be able to compete for another title here. But more so, he has a calf injury right now, so he is out of the lineup. Kevin Porter Jr. is out of the lineup here as well in this game. And Gary Harris, probable with a hamstring. For Boston, Jaylen Brown is upgraded to probable here in this one. And this one has, look, lines 13 here right now in this one. Milwaukee's gone 1-7 in addition to the 4-game losing streak they're on. Gone 1-7 straight up and against the spread here of late. They fared pretty well against Boston, covering 6 of the last 8 meetings between the two teams. They met back in December. Milwaukee actually won at home, 116-111 as a 9.5-point dog, although Boston did prevail at home, 111-105, and Boston did win here in Milwaukee, 113-107. So, or let's see here. I'm sorry about that, gang. Just one game. So, pardon me, just one matchup so far this season. It was Milwaukee winning at home, 116-101 in their only previous meeting so far this season. I'll get that one right. All right. For Boston here, they come in off of a win over the Kings last time out, 112-93 at home. They did cover 12.5. Boston been caught laying some numbers here. They're not terrific against the spread, but Milwaukee just 11-14 against the spread overall. Boston's 1-4 against the spread in their last 5. It was the win and cover over Sacramento. Boston's won 6 of their last 9 coming in. Milwaukee has gone under in 6 of their last 9 games. Boston's gone under in 6 of their last 7, and 5 straight meetings between these two teams have gone under. But I don't see it that way. I'm a big trend guy, and I think if you look at this matchup, you probably gravitate towards the under immediately, especially Milwaukee, 8-17 to the under on the road. Boston, 13-21 to the under as a favorite, but I'm actually going over in this game at 216. This one's going to have to probably be with the eye test for me here. I am taking the over here with Milwaukee and Boston on Sunday. We get your plays in the chat going here right now and see if you want to make a pick here in this one. All right. And let's see here if we have any picks between these two. Celtics win but don't cover, says Andre. Also, he's got a prop here. Rollins under and his PRA. Also, you guys are showing some speculation about where could Giannis end up. I speculated the Warriors, but a lot of folks in the chat kind of said they don't really have what it takes to make the deal. Well, they do have the money, though, with Joe LaCobe, I think. Let's see here. Hector says Celtics money line, but Bucks takes the Bucks plus 13.5. I think he's saying there. And let's see. Portis for 2 threes. Kuzma good for 10 points. Hector says maybe the Celtics minus 7.5 in the game. All right, and Draymond, he doesn't care. I mean, he doesn't worry about who he's getting rude with out there. Does Milwaukee, I don't know. You look at their record right now, Milwaukee's record here, 18-28. They're pretty much fading away here. We're already in the second half of the season, even though we haven't had the All-Star game just yet. Also, let's see. Hauser for 3 threes there, maybe. And all right, Hector says the only place he can go is the Knicks. Could they trade Cat here? So it does feel like with his salary and everything, it just makes it extremely difficult. Maybe the dominoes are going to start to fall after we saw a trade yesterday. But on this one, I'm going to take the over with the Bucks and the Celtics. All right, next up here, we've got let me see here if I can get this right, because there's been some time changes, I think, today. The Orlando game got pushed back, I think, into late afternoon there. We know we've seen some changes on some of the times because of the weather and everything, but let me see if I make sure I got this right. I'm not even sure I have the order right. Usually that's my specialty, but there have been so many of these time changes here lately. Let's take a look at the next one here. I'm going to say that it's the Bulls and the Heat. And, well, hey, we just saw these guys play, of course, there yesterday with the Bulls winning the Bulls winning 125-118. They were a 5.5 point underdog in that game. They're going to come right back and play again here in Miami. The Heat are favored by 4, and the total 235.5 here in this one. For the Bulls, this is actually the third straight game that these two teams are facing off. They just played in Chicago back 4 nights ago. Then they played last night here in Miami, and now they're playing again. What a bizarre, who made this schedule? But for the Bulls, it was good that they were able to get that win. They had basically lost 3 straight games to the Lakers, to Indiana, and to Miami, and got the win there yesterday. I thought it was just if you add the game that they postponed in there, I think they were supposed to play 4 straight. Well, not really, but Miami here, they do have a record of 28-21 against the spread, but Chicago continues to be one of the top underdogs here in the league, 18-9 after covering again there yesterday in the game. against Miami. For Chicago, they've covered 4 out of the last 5 meetings on the road at Miami. Uh, for Miami here, they've gone over in 7 of their last 9, including 4 of their last 5 games at home. For Chicago here, they've gone under in 4 of their last 6 and 6 of their last 8 games on the road here right now. So let's see what you have here in this one. Chicago taking on Miami for the 3rd straight game here right now. What a bizarre uh, circumstances here between these two. But last night, the spread was what, 5 and let me make sure I got it right here. In yesterday's meeting between the two teams, yeah, it was 4 and 235.5 yesterday as well. The thing was that it was much higher, the total, and then it dropped dramatically, but it still ends up going way over there at 243, and the total was 231.5. See what you think about how it'll unfold here tonight. But Bulls seem to have their number. Let me go to the chat. Bulls seem to have their number a little bit here. So let me see what you guys have, and maybe in this one. Andre here going to go over. And Hector says you should take the Bulls at 5.5. You can get it because, and we do have some notable injury information here in this game. Josh Giddey, questionable here right now. He might actually make the lineup. Kobe White is questionable. Vucevic questionable. Jalen Smith questionable for the Bulls. They do have some issues. Normie Powell, he missed last game. He's questionable. Tyler Hero is questionable. And Davion Mitchell is questionable as well here. All right, Mr. Wesker says Spoelstra won't let this team lose twice in a row to him. Here's Andre with Jaquez, 15 plus, and Nexus says, and I think were they all scheduled, or was one kind of a postponed game there? Hey, I want to say thank you so much to Hector there, and Hector, you're great, man. Thank you so much for being a contributor here to the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. Hopefully, I can bring you some winners here right now. You've been terrific to us, I think. All right. And, well, I guess thank you to Hector. Man, that's really cool. All right. Yeah, I'm going to try to come back on the Heat with this one. I mean, look, the Bulls, like I said, the Heat won the first one in Chicago, 116-113, just a few days ago. They come back down here. The Bulls win the first one, but I'm going to try the Heat here. Look, the Bulls did just have a trade yesterday, so they do. They actually had to, like I said, they ended up cutting a player who was a contributor. Now they're going to have to sort things out there a little bit with the roster anyway. I don't know if it'll affect them dramatically here, but I'm going to take the Heat to get this one after losing last night to come back and get the win here in this one. Look, it was a matter of the Bulls that came out smoking in the third quarter, outscoring Miami 35-21. Miami actually led the game at halftime there by, I believe, 7 points, and the Bulls routed them in the third quarter. So let me go ahead and take the Heat here to return the favor tonight. All right. Let's continue on here, and don't let me forget about the Magic game, because that was the one that was pushed back, I think. All right, next up, the Utah Jazz are on the road taking on the Toronto Raptors. NBA action here for Sunday afternoon. Got the Raptors here 11.5 over Utah, 233.5. But Lauri Markkanen, he's in, he's in, he's out, he's in, he's out, he's in. He's in this time. here. Keontae George, questionable. Nurkic, questionable for the Jazz as well. Kevin Love, questionable here. Raptors, a pretty clean injury report, at least for the short-term injuries. Utah is on a pretty big losing streak here right now. It did uh, uh, lose here several in a row right now. Their losing streak currently stands for the Utah Jazz at 5 games, 0-5 straight up in ATS in their last 5. Toronto's 4-2 straight up in ATS in their last 6 games coming in, although Toronto just 5-11 against the spread at home in their last 16. They're off of a pair of losses here, actually, with losses to the Knicks and Orlando. In their last 2 games, Utah, this losing streak right now, not only are they losing, but they're not really even covering. I mean, this team just lost to Brooklyn at home by 10 points here, but they do have Markkanen in there in this game. I don't know. I mean, that feels like the wild card a little bit. Toronto's been just mediocre here ATS, despite a 29-21 record. They are just 9-15 against the spread at home. 11-17 ATS is a favorite, and the Jazz are 22 up and 22 down against the spread as an underdog. It's not saying much, but comparatively to Toronto's record, that might have a chance to hang here. Utah has actually won 7 of the last 10 meetings between the two teams. However, Toronto's actually covered 13 of the last 19 overall in the series. These two teams have not yet met so far this season. So let's see if you have a pick here when Utah takes on Toronto tonight north of the border at 6 Eastern and 3 Pacific time. All right. Well, Timmy says he's got Keontae George there, 3 threes. Andre says take the Raptors on the money line. Well, yeah, maybe. I mean, they should be able to win this game. I don't know if like I said, I'm not one like you might see on other shows that say don't be laying here with Toronto. $575 to win 100. But you know what? I also am a poker player, and I believe in picking up the small pots. So you do what you got to do. Hector says 10.5 would be easy. Andre says George in there for 15 points. Look, Utah's been bad. I get that. Toronto, they're not covering here either. Like I said, 2 straight losses here. I don't know if I trust this Toronto team as a favorite. Markkanen's in. I'm going to take the Jazz here at plus 11.5. All right, next up, just making sure the time order here with these games here today. All right, here we go. Kings and Wizards NBA action here from the nation's capital on Sunday. The Kings are a road favorite here right now, 2.5, total 229. The Kings are in a funk. I don't know where they get off here. They were just involved in that trade there yesterday that we mentioned. So see what they have to offer here with their lineup today. They are 2.5 point favorites, total 229 here in this one. I don't know if I like the Kings at all in this game. I know the Wizards are bad. They've won 2 of their last 3. The teams have pretty much identical records. In fact, they both have 12 wins. Washington actually has 3 less losses, just hasn't played as many games. But Washington did beat Portland and Milwaukee here this past week at home. They've covered 3 out of their last 4 right now. I'm going to take the Wizards in this game. I don't know about you guys. I mean, look, it was not the best game here on Sunday for sure, but I think I'm going to grab the Wizards here in this one. These two teams did meet just a couple of weeks ago. The Kings won it at home, 128-115 is a 7.5 point favorite. Washington, though, did win here last year's meeting, 116-111. They were 13.5-point underdogs, though, in that one. That's how much it's changed, I guess, in a year. But I'd rather take the points here in this one. There are some maybe notable guys you got here on the injury report coming in for the Kings here in this one. Monk is questionable. Russ is questionable for Washington. Sarr, he's questionable. Vucevic is out. Trey Johnson is out of this game as well. But I'm going to take Washington here, probably to win this game. Give me the Wizards in this one. All right, get your plays here in the chat. Thank you. Let's see what we've got. Mr. Westford says Kings favorite. I mean, come on, right? Timmy Chushu says the Kings should be bricking. Take Sarr, 7 points and 15 rebounds. Hopefully he's in there. Andre says Wiz and the points. Hector, though, is taking the Kings on the road and laying it. And Hector says the Wizards are hurt and lost. Clueless out there, I think is what he's saying. They did get blasted by the Lakers a couple of nights ago for sure. 142-111 as the Lakers put it down on them there. But Sacramento, their recent losses. Now, look, they played a tough schedule. You got to give them that. Yes, they didn't win any of them, but Cleveland, Detroit, the Knicks, Sixers, and Boston. They did get the money against probably the weakest of the teams in that group, Philadelphia and Cleveland. But I'm going to go ahead and take Washington to win this one over Sacramento. If you can't beat this team, who are you going to beat right now? I'll take the Wizards here. Let's see here also. Jimmy Chushu likes the Wizards. Hector says Russ is always hurt, right? And if Sarr doesn't play, it could get ugly for the Wizards in there. Hector says, I'm not defending these Kings right now. I will say this, do have Sacramento 3-1 to the over as a favorite. This is only the favorite for the 5th time all season long here. They are 9-16 against the spread on the road. Washington has a few covers here. Like I said, a few wins, a few covers here of late. Some of the numbers here right now in this matchup here with Sacramento. You've got the Kings right now. I mentioned the losing streak, certainly, but they're also 2-6 against the spread in those eight straight losses here right now. Sacramento has won 9 of the last 13 meetings between the two, but Kings have lost 10 straight games on the road. Washington ain't no great shakes. 2-10 straight up in their last 12, but they are 5-2 against the spread in their last 7 games overall. Washington's gone under in 12 of their last 18, and this series has gone under in 12 of the last 17 meetings. All right, that does it for that one. Let's move on here right now to another game. I believe we have one more here at 6 Eastern and 3 Pacific time with the Brooklyn Nets on the road taking on the Detroit Pistons. NBA action here for Sunday. Detroit 13-point favorite in here against Brooklyn. Total 215.5. And Detroit coming in here. They've won 3 of 4 coming in. They won last time out here against the Warriors, 131-124 on the road. They were on a 3-game road trip. They won 2 of them at Denver and at Golden State. They lost at Phoenix. They did blast here. If you want to make a comparable game, they did just beat the Kings here a week ago, 139-116 at home, laying 12.5. Very similar situation for Brooklyn here. Hey, they're coming off of a win. Like I said, they beat Utah on the road, 109-99 as a 3-point underdog. They also got covers against Denver and Phoenix. Brooklyn's actually been a pretty decent cover here of late. They covered here 4 of their last 5 overall. However, they've lost 7 of their last 8. They've also gone just 1-5 straight up in their last 6 games against the Pistons, and they've gone 0-7 against Detroit overall in the last 7 meetings with Detroit. So Detroit has gone under in 11 of their last 14, although 10 of the last 13 meetings between these two teams have gone over. Detroit's won 7 of 9 coming into this one, including wins over Denver, a win over Denver, although they did not cover. Detroit, yes, 35-12 straight up, but 17-21 against the spread as a favorite. Brooklyn, even though they are 13-34 straight up, they're 12-12 ATS on the road. Detroit's gone under in 9 of their last 10 games at home coming in. Let's see what you have here in this one. I mean, these two teams are combined to go 39-54 to the under so far this season. Detroit's 15-22 to the under at home, but these totals starting to get a little bit low. Even I kind of balking at some of them here. Let's see what you got here in this one and see what you have between Brooklyn and Detroit. Hey, I want to say hello to Brayson in the chat. He had great, good job, Jason, with that hockey. Brayson with that hockey winner in there. Timmy says this looks like an he's talking about the Wizards game there. Okay, Mr. Wesker says some of these lines are crazy today. We got some big numbers out here. Hector says, where the heck do you get 12.5 with these guys, right? You've got to think, crazy numbers here. Nexus says Nets team total under. Hector does think got to lay the points here with the Pistons, I think is what he's saying. Timmy Chushu says he's going to go with Porter in there. All right, and Mr. Wester says even though the Pistons coming off that win over Golden State might lay the points here. A little risky, says Hector, with these big numbers here in this one, right? Yeah, I think the Pistons are on a roll. I think they love winning these games. I don't think it matters. I'm laying it. Give me the Pistons here minus the big points. In this one over Brooklyn. Like I said, Pistons have covered 7 straight meetings against them. And while, yes, I think they were a little bit bigger previously, these two teams did play already in November. Detroit won at Brooklyn 125-107 as a 10.5 point favorite. So I think they'll do it again here at home. For Detroit here, Karis LeVert questionable. Cade Cunningham is probable in this game for the Nets. Williams is out. Clowney is out as well. And MPJ is probable. All right. Nexus says, remember that game that they scored just 66 points the other night, right? The Nets. That was a while ago now, but and let's see, Mr. Westford says Pistons' second road game. Pistons' second road game. Trying to think what that is. Let's see here. Timmy Chushu, Porter, 20 points, 5 boards, 3 threes, he says there in that one. Hector says, yep, Nets got some players missing maybe. Yeah. Okay, take a look at that one now. Let's see. Now we go to let's get it here. Let's go to the game between. I think this is right now. I think I got the time right with these. I think this is the game that is pushed back. Originally scheduled for 4:10 Eastern. I believe it is now at 7:10 Eastern with the Magic and the Spurs coming into this one. You've got the Spurs favorite here by 6.5. Total 225.5 here in this one. Orlando winners of 2 straight right now with wins over Miami and Toronto. So for Orlando, a team that hasn't been a great cover, but they have been an okay winner here, 25-22 coming in, but they're still just 8-15 against the spread on the road. We know San Antonio, I mean, great record here, 32-16, but they are coming in off of the loss at Charlotte yesterday. Remember, they moved that game to the early window there, and DeAndre was all over it. I agreed with DeAndre. Really, I had the winner on the under, but uh, it was a flat spot for the Spurs for sure. Now they race back home here. Orlando's practically been waiting for them right now, but you know what, Orlando, they might be playing okay, but this number feels a little bit light for a San Antonio team coming in off of a loss. Now, granted, here you got to think because of the back-to-back is probably why the line is what it is. Although I will say this, I think I just saw here some of the sharp books have just moved this game to 6, and one book here in Las Vegas has moved it to 5.5 just within the last 5 minutes right now. So 6 mostly everywhere in 5.5. No 6.5 anymore. No. Sohan is out of this game for San Antonio. Franz Wagner is out for the Magic here. Look, Orlando, I'd say inconsistent at best here. They had some losses in there before winning these the last 2 games in a row here right now for Orlando. They come in here currently with 2 wins in just their last 6 games. They're also just 1-7 ATS in their last 8 on the road. San Antonio's not covering much either. 2-5 ATS in their last 7. Orlando's actually won 4 of the last 5 meetings between these 2 teams coming in here. 11 of the last 15 meetings between the 2 teams have gone over, but San Antonio's gone under in 6 straight games, including 5 of their last 6 games at home here right now. So let's see what you have. These 2 teams did meet back on December the 3rd for their first meeting, and San Antonio won it at Orlando 114-112 there. San Antonio is 11-21 to the under as a favorite. I would have a feeling that's the way this one's going to go. I'm going to take the under in this one with Orlando and San Antonio. Let's go to the chat and see what you guys have in this one. Okay. Brayson likes the Magic here, right? And Timmy Choo Choo's likes Anthony Black to make a couple of threes, maybe. He's not sure. Hey, want to say hello to Dontrell Nunley in the chat. He likes the Spurs in this one. Hector found that 6.5 out there, but there's no doubt it does feel like the move is on Orlando here overnight. Timmy likes the under with me in this one. All right, I'm going to take the under here with San Antonio. Look, they're 18-31 to the under this year, and Orlando, they're 12-11 to the over on the road. So I think under is the way to go. I'm going to take the under in this one. All right, let's keep it moving right now. The tennis match is underway, and we'll get through the show so we can watch it. Hopefully, hey, maybe it will be another one late into the night here. Djokovic held serve on his first serve. Okay, here we go. What's next here? The order's got me a little confused with that time change there. Okay, yes, we got another one at 7:10 East. Of course we do. Look at this one. Come on. Lakers and Knicks featured game of the night for sure here with the Lakers. Going to be an underdog in this one. 5-220. Says 229.5 there, but it has gone down here within the last several minutes. I'm showing 227.5 at a sharp book here in Vegas. And speaking of like with our good friend Hector Numbers in there, you might want to get on this one early because you can get some 229.5s out there right now. And Circa has just moved this game to 227.5. And I can already tell you I'm on the under here in this game, but let's see what you've got. I'll dive into a little bit this one. The Knicks are so hot right now. They're looking great. Yeah, they've even had a couple of injuries along the way, but they've won and covered 5 straight games here right now with wins and covers over teams like Portland, Toronto, Sacramento, Philly, and Brooklyn. Okay, I know it's not not a tough schedule necessarily, but hey, they've been taking care of business. 18-8 against the spread at home right now. Also, for the Lakers here, they're just 8-11 against the spread as an underdog, even though they did clobber Washington. I mean, they were 10.5-point favorites in that game. It seems like the Lakers are, winning some games that they're supposed to win. And like I said, here's the other thing is the Grammys are tomorrow night. I love watching the Grammys. The Lakers, they don't probably like the Grammys too much. They always get sent out on the road for an extended road trip to prepare for the Grammys, elaborate stage setups. It's not like a hockey game where you just, put on the ice down there or put the basketball court on there. The Grammys take pretty much a week of preparation to get ready. So the Lakers are actually played 6 straight games on the road here in this one. And, it's got to get a little bit, even for these Lakers, got to get a little bit long. For the Knicks here, like I said, not only winning but covering here by some good margin in a lot of these games. Take a look at the injury situation here for this one. Like I said, the Knicks have had some injuries, but McBride is out. That's it. Austin Reeves is questionable here for the Lakers. Bronny James questionable as well. But they're coming in with I believe, a clean bill of health. I think even Luka is all good again after that ankle turn there the other night. So I'm on the under. I've already decided here. Give me the under in this one. But hey, maybe you guys are on a side or so. Let's see what the chat has to say in this one between the Lake Show and the Knicks. Lakers have covered 5 of their last 7 games coming in. They've won and covered 5 of their last 7 games coming in. Lakers have also covered 5 of the last 7 against the Knicks overall. Knicks have gone under in 7 straight. The Lakers have gone under in 5 of their last 7. And for the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone under. Lakers are 12-15 to the under on the road. Although 12-7 of the over is a dog. But let's see what we've got here with you guys. And Mr. Wesker's looking to fade the Lakers here, but Hector likes the Lakers plus the points here. And let's see what else. Timmy Choo-Shoes likes the Knicks to beat up on LeBron and Luka. And Timmy says, looking forward to that Kolek and Bronny matchup. Yeah, I think this one, the Lakers, I mean, look, they won the last one on the road. They've actually won 3 of the last 4 on this road trip. So they've done a nice job considering, I think. All right. A few more here in the NBA tonight. Let's go to, look at this one. The Red Hot Clippers taking on the hot Phoenix Suns. What a matchup this is. A sneaky game here. The Clippers, yes, they're still just 22-25, but they could be the hottest team in the league here right now. It seems like they continue to do an impressive job here. Remember, they're trying to catch up from a poor start. Now, they did lose last time out here over Denver, 122-109 the other night to snap a 3-game winning streak for Phoenix. Meanwhile, they're on a 3-game winning streak with wins over Brooklyn, Detroit, and Cleveland. They've covered they won the last 2 as an underdog. Phoenix here, 33-16 against the spread, 17-6 against the spread at home, 17-11 against the spread as a dog. I think they're a dog here still. Yeah, 1.5 right now. But look at this one. This one's another one where the total is just falling here right now as we speak. It says 214.5 on the screen right there. That is the current line at DraftKings, but Circa's already down to 212.5, and Stations Casino here in Las Vegas just moved to 213.5. So, these Clippers games, they have some low totals here. Let's see what you have in this one with the Clippers taking on the Suns here tonight in Phoenix. Booker is out. That's big news. Green is questionable for the Suns. For the Clippers here, Bogdanovich, it looks like he's upgraded here to probable right now. That's positive for the Clippers here. They're one of their short-term injuries here, back in the lineup possibly here, back in the rotation anyway. So let's see what you have here with this one. The Clippers have won 9 of their last 11 overall. They've covered 15 of their last 20. For Phoenix here, they've won 6 of their last 8 and covered 14 of their last 20 overall. The Clippers, however, just 1-7 straight up and 1-5 against the spread in their last 6 meetings against Phoenix overall. So, yes, the Clippers are hot. The Phoenix, it can't be a fluke anymore, right? Phoenix has to be taken seriously right now. These two teams did meet in November a couple of times. Phoenix won them both, including here at home. 115-102 as a 2.5-point favorite. But maybe that's when the Clippers were running bad, and now they're definitely running good. 12 of the last 18 meetings between these two teams have gone over. Phoenix has gone under in 4 of their last 5, and Phoenix is 7-16 to the under at home so far this season. The Clippers are 11-14 to the under. I'm going to take the under here in this one and say that better get it now. This one's going lower here. I'll take the under. It's down to 212.5 right now. Here we go with some comments from the chat from the chat pros. Let's see here. Okay. This is Nexus' favorite game. He likes the Clippers to get it done. Imagine if you did a show talking about all the betting every day. You came in there, talk about which teams are going to win, which are going to cover, and then somebody comes in the chat and says that your favorite team is a failure. Mr. Westers despises my favorite NBA team. Well, I might have to just draw a line in the sand. All right, let's see. Timmy Chushu says Harden for 25 points and 7 assists. He just keeps it coming there. And what's Nexus saying? He says the last 2 games they played with the Suns had no Kawhi. I was surprised that Kawhi, kind of came back as soon as he did, and that's what Mr. Wesson says. Is he back? Yeah, he's in this game for sure, as far as I know. Nexus says Clippers money line. Uh-oh. Man, I kind of thought the Suns here. I've been part of this Clippers surge here. I've been kind of riding them a little bit, but Hector Numba says the Clippers, take the Clippers, and you can even lay 2.5 here. All right, and I think that's it for that one, but look, I've been part of this Clippers surge that they've been on. I've been talking them up big time ever since they got it rolling, and right now they really are, like I said, they're cooking, right? I mean, this is what we were expecting the whole time from the Clippers, and they're still not out of the woods. I mean, even with this run of basically 2 strong streaks here, they're still 3 games under 500 right now. They've got work to do. Nexus says got to run dry here for the good point. Nexus Booker's been in there right with some of these games a little bit, and now with him out of the lineup. But could they win 4 in a row without him? Right. All right, we got a couple more here on Sunday with. Here's the Cavs on the road taking on the Blazers. Uh, hey, interesting game, right? I mean, yeah, the Blazers look like they're coming back down to earth here with four straight losses right now, but they were, I think, modestly tough games. Lost to Toronto, Boston, and the Knicks. They did lose to Washington as well on the road, but they're back home after a 3-game road trip. Lost 4 in a row, going 1-3 ATS. For Cleveland, meanwhile, they're coming in off of that loss at Phoenix last time out that snapped their winning streak. We talk about these two teams, right? You got Cleveland, of course, 29-21, doing a pretty good job. Yeah, no Mobley here in this one. That's a little bit of a factor for sure. Mobley out indefinitely. Craig Porter Jr., questionable here in this one. Garland's been out for a couple of weeks. For Portland, Denny Avdija here, questionable for sure. He's been troubled by this back injury. Robert Williams is questionable. Blake Wesley's questionable. Drew Holiday's out for Portland. And Reith, he is also out here for the Blazers. So they have some guys missing. But Cleveland, 29-21 straight up. However, 13-26 as a favorite, ATS. I mean, the worst record in the league here by far. Cleveland, not a good favorite. Meanwhile, for Portland, sub 500, but 23-26, not awful for this Portland team, maybe compared to their expectations. They are on this losing streak here after going on the road, getting beat up a little bit. But they are 15-9 against the spread at home and 19-12 against the spread as an underdog. Could be argued that Cleveland has been on a big surge and they're starting to play from what we've expected of this Cleveland team. They've covered won 5 of their last 6 and covered 6 of their last 9. They've also covered 6 of their last 9 against Portland. Cleveland here facing a Portland team that's covered 12 of their last 18 overall, although they've lost those 4 of those 5 on the road. So 6 of the last 9 meetings between these two teams have gone under in this one. I'm taking the Portland Trailblazers to win against Cleveland. I'll take them plus 2.5 points, but I'm going to take the Blazers in this one. Look, the total, you see, seeing these totals getting lower and lower because the second half of the season so far has been a lot of, or basically since the first of the year, but I don't know about this one. This one, I know I just read a bunch of under trends, but I think this one might be headed over. These two teams did meet in December. It was 122-110. Blazers won in Cleveland as 10.5-point dogs. Let's see what you have in the chat with this one tonight. Mr. Wester's going to give the edge to the Cavaliers here. Hector says Cavs money line. Cavs points will burn you if you lay the 2.5 there. And that's okay, Mr. Weskers. When you're, you could, as long as you got an owner who's kind of clueless, sometimes it's okay to be a coach that doesn't know what they're talking about. Under, oh, see, Timmy likes it under. Oh, man, see, we were totally in disagreement in that one. And look at Djokovic here. You're right. I mean, he already broke Alcaraz here. If he wins this, look, this is going to keep me up here all night long. If I have to sit here for the next 5 hours, I just might. If he wins this match, I am going to be beside myself right now. But it has been kind of wild for sure here with the defying father time here at this point. Still got big time game, but it just feels like, no doubt Novak with his age has fallen behind here, these young guns. But right now it's 4-1, man. Woo! Oh my goodness. All right, let's get into this last one here with the Thunder on the road taking on the Nuggets. Is this a preview of the NBA Western Conference Finals here? The Nuggets are back to good health with with Jokic back in the lineup here right now. And Denver's won a couple in a row here with the wins over Brooklyn and the Clippers. They beat up the Clippers pretty good the other night at home, 122-119. Denver's won and covered 4 of their last 5, although just 2-4. ATS at home in their last 6. Golden State's won 12 of their last 18, but gone just 1-4. ATS in their last 5, and they're just 1-4. ATS in their last 6 in their last 5 games against Denver. Now, this Thunder slump that they're in, I mean, they're definitely showing some vulnerability here, losing 3 out of their last 4 and have failed to cover in 4 straight, obviously. Here they also they beat New Orleans but failed to cover. Still, OKC just 23-26 ATS despite a 38-11 record. Meanwhile, for Denver, 33-16, just 5 games back. But Denver 12-5 against the spread as an underdog this season. Jokic, he's back. Definitely some vulnerability here with the Thunder right now. With also guard Jalen Williams, he's been out here for about a week and a half. AJ Mitchell's out. Alex Caruso has been out here right now for Denver. Christian Braun, he's doubtful. Aaron Gordon is out as well. So that's been an injury of note, but still great time here for the Nuggets right now. Let's see what you have here. This total is at 226.5. Go to the chat here. Nuggets for Hector here at home. Nuggets for Timmy Tushu right now. Andre likes the Nuggets here. Okay, everybody's liking the Nuggets, I think. Maybe Mr. Wesker says, maybe OKC. Andre says Joker under is a rebounds prop here. I'm going to go under in the game. That's what I'm going to do. Give me the under at 226.5. That's it for the NBA preview. Good card on Sunday, huh? Real good. I'm going to look over the games, make sure I didn't miss any, right? We did all 10 games here today, right? Just got a little confused with the time change on that Magic game, but we did them all. Okay. Going to go to some college basketball now. Picked 5 games out here on the card on Sunday. Hope we pick some good ones here. Let's start in the A10. The Rhode Island Rams on the road here, taking on Duquesne. Duquesne favored in this one by 2, and the total 144 here in this one. These teams just mired in the middle of the A10 right now, but I just picked this one kind of an early start here, solo start at noon Eastern and 9 Pacific with Duquesne -2, total 144 here in this one against Archie Miller and the Rhode Island Rams coming in. For Rhode Island here, they are 13-8 right now, winners of 3 straight games, beating Richmond, George Mason, and Dayton, doing a good job here. For Duquesne right now in this one, they are off of a loss over St. Bonaventure at home, 87-79. They were a 3.5-point favorite in that one. They did win and cover against Fordham and Loyola of Illinois, and they also covered against that good St. Louis team here of late. But Rhode Island 6-2 against the spread on the road. Duquesne just 3-9. ATS at home 4-8. ATS as a favorite. They've actually had some trouble covering the number so far. See what you guys have here. First game up on the day on Saturday with Duquesne at home hosting Rhode Island. I want to hear from you in the chat. If you have a pick in this one, let me know. For the Rams here, they come in right now having won and covered 4 out of their last 5. They are just 1-6 against the spread in their last 7 games against Duquesne. Duquesne has covered 5 straight meetings between the two teams at home here. Duquesne, however, has lost 5 of their last 7 and gone just 2-8 against the spread. Like I said, they've struggled to the number at home right now. They do have the opponent they can handle, I think, but these two teams have not yet met here this season. But Duquesne has had the advantage overall here. You can go to the chat, see what you guys have. Rhode Island's gone over in 4 of their last 6. Duquesne's gone under in 4 of their last 5, but they are 9-3 to the over at home. Interestingly enough, right? 3-9 ATS, 9-3 to the over. What does that mean? That means they usually give up a bunch of points and lose. So we'll see here what you think in this one. Man, can you believe Djokovic right now? Here we go. I think Mr. Wesker's Rhode Island. I think that's Rhode Island there. I think he just probably missed the I there. Or he's going to type in road or something. Jimmy Chushu says he wants Rhode Island because Duquesne fixes their games. All right. Yeah, I better take the over here in this one with Rhode Island and Duquesne. Give me the over to start it off here on Sunday. All right, we got a good one here. Top 25 teams meet with Alabama. On the road, they're 14-6, winners of 3 of 4, ranked 23rd in the country. Florida's ranked 19th. And they come in here 15-6 right now. For the Gators here, they are just 4-10 against the spread at home, usually just laying too many points. Look at this total, 175.5. I don't know if that's necessarily low. I think that seems just fine, actually. We might see this one up there in the 180s for sure, I would think, today. For Alabama, they come in here having won 11 of their last 14 overall. They're in off of a win over Missouri, 90-64 at home. They did lose at home to Tennessee, but they won at Oklahoma. They won at Mississippi State. Alabama has failed to cover in 4 of their last 6. They're also just 1-4 ATS and 0-5 against the spread versus the Gators in the last 5 meetings. These two teams have not yet met this season. Florida comes in here off of a win at South Carolina. Now, they did lose to Auburn at home, but before that had wins and covers over LSU, Vanderbilt, and Oklahoma, all his favorites. But still, 4-10 ATS at home. Alabama, 9-11 ATS, but 4-2 ATS as a dog. Florida's won and covered 6 of their last 7 games overall. 9 straight meetings between these two teams have gone over. I'm going over 175.5. I know some people have a problem going over a big number like that, but I'm going to do it in this one with Alabama and Florida. I got to go over. Hey, Cookie Monster's here. All right, good to see Cookie Monster in there. Yeah, we're going to get to that one, Cookie Monster. Can't wait to talk Golden Knights and Ducks on Sunday. I think Mr. Weskers likes Florida here. Timmy says he might play Florida. Hector, though, is on Alabama. And if the numbers goes higher than Roll Tide, maybe, says Tim, or maybe not. All right, I'm just going to take the over in this one. Okay, we're going to get there, Cookie Monster. Hang tight. Great to have you. We're almost here. We're almost there because we've only got a few college basketball games here to look at with our card. Good Sunday card. We're looking at the five of the best games here, I think. All right, TCU Horned Frogs on the road taking on Colorado Buffaloes. College basketball action here for Sunday. For the Buffaloes here, they're Getting a point and a half here in this one from TCU. TCU comes in here 13-8, winners of 2 of their last 3, but Colorado continues to slump here right now. Why'd I pick this game? Colorado's on a losing streak right now. They've lost 6 straight, failed to cover in 5 of their last 6. TCU has won 2 of their last 3. They did get beat by Houston by 9, but didn't cover, but still, they were only getting 8.5. They did win over Baylor, got the money. They were a dog, actually. And they beat Oklahoma State, but did not cover. Still, TCU 5-1 against the spread on the road here this season. And like I said, Colorado definitely slumping here with this current streak. TCU's lost 5 of their last 7, gone just 2-4 against the spread in their last 6, but looks like they're in their element here. Colorado's gone under in 5 of their last 7. TCU's gone over in 5 of their last 7. However, Colorado just 3-6 to the under as a dog. TCU 4-7 to the under as a favorite. 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone under. And I'm going to take another total. I'm going to go under here with TCU and Colorado here on Sunday. All right, see what you have in the chat with this one. We've got Colorado for Mr. Weskers. How about that? Maybe not too much on this one, huh? Man. There were some other smaller, probably should have taken some of the smaller school action, it feels like, today. Some of the mid-majors. Djokovic makes it look easy here in the first set. 6-2. Oh, my. We might still be on the air when the way he's closing this one out. All right, Wichita State taking on Tulsa here today. I thought worthy of taking a look at this one with Tulsa sitting 6-2 right now in the American, just a half a game back of Charlotte. For Wichita State here, they're 5-3 right now, so I think it's a pretty good matchup in the American. Charlotte leading the way here, but you got Tulsa's a great combo of Riley and Green here. Wichita, they're more of a balanced team, that's for sure. Wichita coming in here right now, 6.5-point dogs. They're 13-8 overall. Tulsa 18-3. They've been so hot. Wichita has won 3 straight themselves right now with covers. They won and covered as a favorite over ECU and Memphis. They also beat USF as a dog. Wichita State comes in 13-7 ATS, 5-2 ATS is a road dog, but Tulsa 8-2 against the spread at home for this Tulsa team, looking impressive right now and really making a surge. Charlotte has been the big surprise. It was supposed to be. I'm pretty sure Tulsa and South Florida in the American and also Florida Atlantic's done a nice job too, but Charlotte has been such a big surprise here right now. In fact, Charlotte's going to play Wichita State later on this week. What's wrong with Carlos here? He is mad. All right, maybe you want to chime in on this one. Wichita's won and covered 4 of their last 5. They've also beaten Tulsa in 14 of the last 19 meetings between the two teams overall. Wichita's gone under in 6 of their last 9, but Tulsa's gone over in 12 of 15 games as a favorite and over in 6 of their last 7 overall. Tulsa's won 9 of their last 10 at home. They're 4-1 ATS in the last 5 games overall here right now. So let's see what you have with these two. Wichita State's played well, and Tulsa, I mean, they are hot, but man, Wichita's been a nice cover so far. These two teams have not yet met this season. Timmy says take the Shockers and the points here. I agree. I'm going to take 6.5 points with Wichita State. Give me the Wheat Shockers, as we used to call them. I'll take them on the road here at plus 6.5. Tulsa's been great, no doubt about it. All right, we got one big one here tonight. Well, we got some other big ones, but I just thought this one was the best of the big. Yep, how about it? Illinois taking on Nebraska tonight. Battle of top 10 teams here on FS1 at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 Pacific. Nebraska, a 2-point favorite over Illinois. Of course, Nebraska did lose that game to Michigan the other night. It was a great game, no doubt about it. They easily covered. Looked like they were going to win. Michigan did a great job winning it 75-72, but Nebraska still covering numbers here every time you look up. Mostly favored in a lot of these games. They're actually Nebraska 7-6 against the spread at home. Illinois 6-2 against the spread on the road. Illinois also here undefeated on the road this season, but Nebraska's undefeated at home. Oh boy, what's going to happen here? Illinois is winners of 10 straight right now. They're 5-2 ATS in their last 7. They've beaten Nebraska in 9 of the last 11 meetings, but come on, this is a new Nebraska. Nebraska, of course, finally tasted defeat with that loss against Michigan. Funny, though, they were 11.5-point dogs in that game, and, kind of the storyline was, hey, they've been great so far, but how can they cover against Michigan? Well, they were threatening to win that game. Nebraska's covered 6 of their last 7 coming in. Illinois has gone under in 13 of 21 this season. Nebraska just 4-11 to the under here at home. They've gone under in 10 straight at home. They've gone under in 5 straight overall. You look at this total, though, and it is sitting there ominously, it feels like right now, at 150.5. I got to go under with Illinois and Nebraska. Look, Illinois' got the great offense. I get that. I know the Sharps are going to be on the over here, but still, Illinois 8-13 to the under this season. These two teams did play their first meeting. It was at Illinois. 83-80, Nebraska got the win as a 9.5-point dog, and it went well over. But I just can't do. I got to go under here with this one. All right, a few comments from the chat. Nexus says Nebraska.
Final.
Timmy likes Nebraska at home. If Illinois beats them here, good to them, right? Mr. Westwood says Michigan was never threatened in that game against Nebraska. Well, maybe so, but Nebraska did lead at halftime, 50-48, and as far as I was concerned, they were getting 11.5, and everyone tried to bury Nebraska that this was the one that they were going to get crushed. They covered with ease. Hey, hello to Old Gaffer today. All right, those are the 5 games I looked at in college basketball. Enjoy those. Let's go to the hockey. It's by request, right? We have to get the hockey in. We gotta, we had our man come in here, said, was Ramon going to get to the hockey tonight? We've got 3 games. So if I've got Cookie Monster still there, let's talk hockey. Never get the players yelling at their coaches like it's their fault while they're on the court there. All right, here we go. Let's go to the ice tonight with early start here. Kings and Hurricanes here in this one. Kings on the road here. Pretty big underdog, still 23-17-13. The Kings coming off an impressive game against Philadelphia there, but they are on the back-to-back. They beat the Flyers yesterday 3-2 in overtime on the road. Carolina, meanwhile, everybody pretty much played last night. Carolina lost to Washington on the road 4-3 in overtime. Gosti scored in that one. I think that tied it, but they went to overtime and ended up losing there to the Capitals, despite the fact the Capitals, I believe the uh, Hurricanes, I believe, led that game 2-0 after one period. Capitals had to bring up um, a goalie from Hershey to play for them, and looks like um, Lindgren is hitting the injured list. Let's see what you have here in this one with the Hurricanes hosting my LA Kings here on Sunday. Hurricanes come in here 19-8 at home, 32-17 as a favorite. They did beat Ottawa and Utah before losing to Washington. The Kings were hot. They've actually won 4 of their last 5, but lost 10 of their last 15 on the road here. Kings have gone 3-9 in their last 12 games against Carolina overall. Kings have gone under in 7 of their last 9 and 4 of their last 5 on the road here. They're 6-13 to the under as an underdog. The Kings have had some scoring issues, but they've definitely picked it up here of late. Just like the Lakers, the Kings are on a quote-unquote Grammy road trip. This is their 5th straight game here for Carolina. They have won 6 of their last 7 at home and 5 of their last 7 overall. 6 straight meetings between these two teams have gone over, and also 6 of the last 7 here in Carolina. But I'm going to go under, even at 5.5 here. Give me the under with the Kings and the Canes in this one. Here we go with yep. I think that's kind of it from you guys on the chat in that one, although you're talking about that performance by Washington there, says Timmy. Okay, next up. All right, here we go. We're heading out here to Raymond James Stadium. This is an outdoor game here between the Bruins and the Lightning here in Tampa. They're going to play this one in the Bucks Stadium. Thought we just had a outdoor game in Florida. Do we really? Didn't we just have one with the Panthers or something? And now we're doing it again. Oh well, I guess they just moved the equipment across town or something. Said, hey, let's get 2 of them. Let's get 2 of them going here right now, man. We better get off the air here. Novak's going to sweep them in 3 here. Okay. Let's see what you got right now with this one between the Bruins and the Lightning here. Bruins have won 2 in a row with victories here over Nashville and Philadelphia. Tampa comes in here with wins over Utah and Winnipeg. These 2 teams did not play last night, obviously, and getting ready for this game out here, outdoor game here with the Lightning. Pretty big favorite, man, against the hot Bruins team. I know the Lightning's been good too. This is not only an outdoor, the outdoor game here, but a nice game. Bruins 32-20-3. Tampa Bay 34-14-4. Bruins have won 10 of their last 12, but they've lost 5 of the last 7 to Tampa Bay. Tampa's won 16 of their last 18. They've also won 7 straight at home. I think this is still home, right? Even though it's outdoors anyway. Tampa's gone under in 7 of their last 8 games. 4 of the last 5 games between these 2 teams have gone over, but Boston's gone over in 6 of their last 7, and 5 of their last 6 games on the road also have gone over here. So let's see what you think in the outdoor classic game here in Tampa tonight. We always say, hey, how will the puck, what'll happen out there? Will it bounce around? And the reports are, it can only go off the news stories, that usually the ice quality is just a little bit subpar, but never anything awful. I mean, it has been warm in Florida, the only place it's been warm here right over the last couple of weeks. So I am going to take the under as my play in this game. I'm not saying the ice condition. I'm not that guy. I'm going to take the under here right now with these two, mostly I think based on Tampa Bay here being able to quelch them possibly. Let's see what you got. Mr. Westro says hockey should not be played outdoors. Timmy's got the over here. Mr. Westro says you're going to fire those cannons on that boat when they score, right? Timmy Chushu says he's got Pasternak and Cooch for a parlay in there. All right, so that's going to be cool tomorrow. That is at 6:30 Eastern. Good time, right? 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific. So you'd play this one under the lights at night. How about that? And here's the one. I sure hope you're out there still. I didn't mean to make you all the way wait till the end of the show, Cookie Monster. He just wanted this game right here. And in case he has to go, I'll just let him know. I am going to take the Golden Knights in this one. Look, I've been loving these Ducks here of late, but I'm going to lay the Golden Knights here. They've lost 4 in a row right now, but here they are against Anaheim, a team that they've lost 2 meetings to already this season, including here in Anaheim, 4-3 back in late November. That was an overtime win for Anaheim. Vegas also, it was an overtime game at home, 4-3 as well. So both meetings were 4-3 already this season. I can hear it now. As far as who, and Cookie already said he has the Golden Knights in this game. So I'm with you, Cookie Monster. If you're still out there, hope you didn't fall asleep. I'm going to take Vegas to grab one here after losing the first 2 games overall to Anaheim this season. For the Golden Knights here, they have lost 6 of their last 7. Anaheim's won 7 of their last 9 right now, but Vegas has won 4 of the last 6 meetings between the 2 teams. Vegas also going over in 6 of their last 9 and over in 8 of their last 11 on the road. These 2 teams, I mean, they're combined here 65 and 43 to the over. Vegas is 27-20. The over is a favorite, and Anaheim is 16-8 to the over at home. So maybe we'll be 4-3 again. I'm pretty sure it'll be 4-3 again with these 2. Anaheim's gone over in 12 of their last 18 at home. I think that's it from you guys in the chat, and I think that is it for Night Moves. I'm going to go watch this. I have a feeling that Alcaraz is not quite done yet, but we'll see. Thank you, everybody. How about Dorofayev and Seneki for a point parlay for Timmy Two Shoes? Thank you to Timmy. He's covering his booty. All right, that's going to do it for Night Moves. I want to thank everyone for joining me here. Make sure you head on over to Tony'sPicks.com. Check out our premium picks. I'll have some college basketball action here for Sunday. Check out my records here. A good run in the NFL to end the season there. I've also had a good run in bring back football. Oh, man, we got to wait 29 weeks here right now for more football. So hit 5 of my last 7 in the NBA. So check me out over at Tony'sPicks.com. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 15% off those premium pick packages. I'll be ready to go here with the action on Sunday. I want to thank everyone for joining me here on Night Moves. I'll be back tomorrow. Have a great February 1st here, getting ready for Super Bowl. Man, just 7 days away. I'm kind of glad that, we have a week off before the Super Bowl. Don't rush this game here. Don't worry, because in 2 years they'll be playing this game on President's Day weekend, and it'll be there permanently for the rest of our lives. They're going to make it so that on Monday they don't have to work. There'll be an off day on Monday, so everybody be all fired up, and then it'll be an 18-game season as well. So that's coming in a couple years. All right, that's going to do it here for the Night Move Show. Really appreciate everyone joining me here. Be back tomorrow with more Night Moves on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel, the 50,000 subscriber juggernaut, and for Tony'sPicks.com. I'm Ramon Scott. So long from Night Moves.